I mean, this doesn't bode especially well. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2, here with Liverpool on Football Manager 20, the 7th season of the save so far. And well, we have got an absolutely massive game today, perhaps the most important game of the season. Yes, today we will be playing Manchester City in a top of the table clash. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a difficult one as well. But let's just go over the results since last time. It's been a fantastic start to life here on Merseyside. We continued that and well, we're unbeaten so far. It's still early days, of course, only just the start of October, but we're doing pretty well. Results since last time, we are through in the third round of the EFL Cup, which is fantastic. A 3-2 win over QPR. You would expect us to win. We played a fully rotated team and got the job done. Harvey Elliott opened the scoring, and then it was a thunderbolt from Miguel Salvador. It was a brilliant strike from him. They did bring it back to 2-2, which was a little bit concerning, but Michael Quinn came off the bench. We've not talked about him too much, but yeah, he came off the bench and scored an excellent goal to give us the win. And then the biggest game of the season so far and the best result of the season so far, a 3-1 win against Chelsea. Things didn't start off particularly well because Moussa Dembele went off injured with a twisted ankle, but Roberto Firmino came off the bench, got himself 2 goals in quick succession, either side of another goal from Mohamed Salah to give us an excellent win. They scored late on, but a really good performance. Really vital win. A 3-0 victory then against Lyon in the Champions League. Lucas Paqueta running the show, goals right at the start and right at the end from him to get a deserved hat-trick. And then most recently our first Merseyside derby ended in a very battling 4-2 win. It was a fantastic end-to-end game. Would have been first on match of the day for sure, but we were the winners in the end. Roberto Firmino opening the scoring in the first minute of the game to give us a fantastic start. They equalised through Hamza Chowdhury, our former friend from our days at Leicester. He's now joined Everton. It was a thunderbolt strike from him, typically brilliant strike from him. That only lasted for 10 minutes though, because we took the lead again through Firmino, and then 2 goals in the second half from the main man, Mohamed Salah, gave us a 4-1 lead. They got a goal back towards the end from another entry on my enemies list, Alvaro Morata, but the damage was done and we won 4-2 in the end. Mohamed Salah is wanted by Barcelona. His contract's up at the end of the season. We're just going to give him a new one because I can't afford to let him go because he's still so good. Already this season he has got 7 goals and 7 assists in 8 games. It's very ridiculous, but very good. So those results have left us after 8 matches second in the table, 22 points. We are still undefeated, but that draw with Bournemouth has obviously prevented us from being top of the table. We wouldn't have been anyway because of Man City's goal difference, but it's a perfect record for them, 8 wins from 8. And given the fact that today's match is at Anfield, we really need to be winning it if we're going to have any hope, because I don't see them dropping points against anyone else anytime soon. They've already beaten Man United and Spurs, but hopefully we can stop them today, or at least get ourselves a draw and keep things relatively competitive. And just to mention as well some staffing additions. Obviously we brought Danny Elliott with us, but Mark Bonner was not interested. He's still at Borussia Monchengladbach, and we couldn't bring Cristiano Ronaldo with us because he didn't want to join Liverpool for obvious reasons. But we got the next best thing, or in many ways the better thing, and that is that we have hired as an under-18s coach Lionel Messi. He is awful as a coach. Good mentals, but terrible coaching ability. But it's Lionel Messi, so you couldn't really say no. And then perhaps more interestingly, as an under-23s coach, we have hired a certain Steven Gerrard, because his managerial career has, well, not gone quite how he was expecting it to. He left Rangers in the first season to take over at Wolves, and well, he got sacked. He was out of the game for a while. Got the job at Ipswich Town, which was actually after he was the guy they hired after we turned it down all those years ago. Didn't work out for him there either. Got sacked, spent 2 years out of the game, and eventually got a new job as the under-18s manager at St Johnstone, which is, with respect, a bit of a fall from grace. So we've taken him and he wanted to be the under-18s manager. We already had a good under-18s manager, so I made him an under-23s coach. The board then 2 days later promoted the under-18s manager to be an under-23s coach, which is great. So I don't think we actually even have an under-18s manager anymore. No, we don't. We should probably do something about that one. But yeah, Steven Gerrard doesn't want to be the under-18s manager anymore. So there we go. That's a fun little side story. Right then, Manchester City. Moussa Dembele he's just about recovered from his injury. He's got 1 day left out. I'm not gonna risk him because it's a twisted ankle. He'll just do it again. I don't want him out for another month. So the team then in full. Alisson, of course, continues in goal. The defence is Robertson and Alexander-Arnold in the wing-back positions. Foucher keeps his place alongside Virgil van Dijk. They are forming a very good partnership, and he is developing rather nicely indeed. De Jong, Bentancur and Paqueta still the midfield trio. Salah on the left, Vujovic on the right, and Roberto Firmino, as said, up top. Mohamed Salah on a 7.81 average rating. Vujovic has, I don't want to say he's been disappointing because he hasn't been disappointing. He's been very unlucky. I think the game against Everton in particular, he hit the crossbar 3 times. So his goal record should be a little bit higher, but 2 goals, 2 assists already after 8 games for a 20-year-old with a massive price tag, I don't think is particularly bad. Got an extra goal for Germany during the international break as well. Right then, let's see what horrors await us in the Manchester City lineup, and well, there we go. They've still got Raheem Sterling. Quite often he goes to Real Madrid, but not in this one. Bernardo Silva still there too. They've got Mateo Kovacic alongside Phil Foden, Florentino Luis, Lautaro Martinez as well. Diaz, Stones, Edison still there. They've signed Diego Dallo, which I'm sure is controversial. In Manchester, Tavares, never heard of him. He looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I've seen better left backs, if I'm honest, but he does look pretty good. Got Univar, Keane, Lozano, João Felix. Very, very top heavy bench, but a strong bench, and there's a reason why they have won 5 Premier League titles in a row. We're second in the league, we're undefeated, and yes, this is an option. We're the underdogs here, and that suits us down to the ground. Let's go and cause an upset. I'm going to go with this one. Let's just pretend we're not the underdogs. I fully expect you to win. I fully don't expect you to win, but I fully hope you do win. This is the best chance we have of getting points off them anytime soon, because the AI teams clearly aren't going to do it, and at home clearly we have the best opportunity to. Virgil van Dijk, the captain, the leader, one of the most experienced players in the team, clearly listening to me, rising highest as he so often does from a free kick to give us a lead 12 minutes in. I mean, this would be good if we could knock them off their perch, albeit perhaps only temporarily. Here comes Diego Dallo, switch to the left hand side. Great tackle from De Jong though, and he's held it off from 3 people. Alisson as well, dodging the press from the 2 forwards. We're doing well so far. De Jong finds a perfect ball out to Salah, across to Vujovic, and he's not hit the crossbar this time. Marco Vujovic with his 3rd of the season. Brilliant ball. I mean, the work from De Jong was amazing. The ball from De Jong was amazing. Salah looks up, puts it. I mean, that is brilliant. Vujovic heading into an empty net. Edison bamboozled. That Man City are rocked. They're shell shocked here. Robertson with the throw to De Jong, not being pressed. He's in loads of space. Mohamed Salah's through. Vujovic is in again, and Edison this time makes the save. Corner comes in though. De Jong is cleared by John Stones. I mean, that is actually one player who is notably absent from their team is Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not sure what's happened to him. We'll check that in a minute. Another corner comes in. Vujovic is there again. And it's another goal for our youngster on the right-hand side. He's doubled his goal tally in the most important of occasions. Salah again with the corner, and Vujovic is there to head home, and we are 3-0 up at the break. Man City do not know what's hit them, but a chance for a goal back from them. Well, Bernardo Silva with a wide free kick. I mean, what can you say about that? That was absolutely scintillating. What a brilliant first half. That is fantastic. Let's have a look and see, because I'll forget otherwise, what has happened to Kevin De Bruyne. Well, he is still there. He's 34 now. Physically, not what he once was, and he's out with a bit of an injury at the moment. That's why he's not playing, but maybe wouldn't be playing anyway. But while he might have declined, our veterans really are going from strength to strength, as well as our youngsters. Right then, as I said, we've got a pretty big cushion. It's going to be a pretty embarrassing bottle job if we don't see this one out. Kovacic pressing Bentancur, but he goes back in it well. I mean, that's not a good start to the second half, is it? Not a good start. The pressure on Bentancur, he was trying his best, probably should have passed the ball. Great pressing from Kovacic. I mean, literally the perfect example, puts him under ridiculous pressure. He plays an absurd pass, which Alisson misjudges, and Lautaro Martinez is able to score the easiest goal of his career. Still got a 2-goal cushion. Let's not throw this away. Bernardo Silva with the free kick, which we clear away for now. Lautaro Martinez is much more heavily involved than before. It'd be nice to get the ball back and try and score another goal, because they are coming back into this. Firmino doesn't quite do it, and they are working it very ominously. We press it back to Ederson, and Vujovic is in for the hat trick, and there we go. They're just getting some revenge of our own there. Two perfect examples of putting players under pressure, forcing a mistake, and in this case Florentino Luis with a poor pass, Ruben Dias giving it to him in the wrong position, and Vujovic steals in to grab himself his first hat-trick for the club. And after all that, it seems to have calmed down a little bit. 4-1, 20 minutes to go, looking good. 3-goal lead restored. Ruben Dias has gone in on Roberto Firmino and looks like he's going to be sent off for a 2-footed challenge. I'm guessing indeed a 2-footed challenge. Man City down to 10 men. It's all gone wrong for them. And there we are then. We did see it out, and well, 4-1. It's not what I was expecting out of that game. Not just the scoreline, but the general comprehensive nature of the performance from everybody. That the goal we conceded aside, that was, I mean, to be fair to Bentancur, he was really trying to get the ball away, but he was kind of penned into a corner by Kovacic. But everything else, everyone else, simply sensational. Well done, boys. That was really something special, and that could be one of the most defining moments of the season, really, of the last few seasons of English football. Because just to remind you, Manchester City have, in this save, been an unstoppable machine. 5 Premier League titles in a row. They won the Champions League last season as well, the FA Cup last season as well. But there we go. That is, well, Vujovic he scored a couple of goals, didn't he, in one of the other games? But that is the moment that he really, truly announces himself in English football. What a brilliant performance. Now, I've tried offering Mohamed Salah a new contract, but for whatever reason, we can't give him a contract. We can give him a new contract, but all it will do is increase his wages for his existing contract. It won't let me renew it to 2027 yet, which I'm not really sure why. We'll leave it for a little bit, because obviously my concern is we get to December, then other clubs, and the other clubs that want to sign him are PSG and Barcelona, because he's still insanely good, will put in an offer for him and he may well accept it. So a bit annoying. Okay, so you can actually, if you just go on this screen here, you can change the contract start date to be at the end of the existing season, which means hopefully we can extend it. That was quite expensive, but if anyone has ever deserved it, it is him. So after that weekend's fixtures, we are now top of the table, overtaking Manchester City, inflicting their first league defeat of the season. We are still undefeated for the time being. 25 points, obviously only 1 clear of them. 4 points clear of Manchester United though. So in terms of Champions League, we do actually qualify if we finish 4th in this league. That is correct this time. But the gap back to Newcastle is 9 points, which is looking nice and healthy indeed. But given our form, whether we qualify for the Champions League or not should not be a concern at all. Hopefully that can keep it up. But anyway, our attention is now going to turn to the Champions League. We have got Benfica in our 3rd group stage match. Obviously we played 2 and we won 2, so we're top of the group, in control. I want to kind of get the job done quickly, and then we can rest everybody for the sort of latter games. This might be a chance for a bit of rotation, but away from home, if we can win this, it won't make it mathematically certain, but it will give us a very good chance of qualifying. Right then, we want to be as full strength as possible for the game against Benfica, but we want to avoid injuries too. So let's actually be sensible and use the medical centre screen to help us. So the two first team players who have a very high injury susceptibility are Moussa Dembele, who's obviously just come back from injury and has some other stuff anyway, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has a very high susceptibility because of a recurring torn groin muscle. So they would probably be, certainly Trent would be a player we would want to rest. Everyone has got quite a high risk anyway because of the number of matches they've played, but other people's susceptibilities are not quite so high. In fact, quite a lot of them are below average, which is nice to see. Of course, someone different will just get injured in a minute, but what we're going to do to be sensible is that Max Aarons is going to come in place of Trent Alexander-Arnold, give him a rest, just so he's not getting massively injured. We'll also bring Moussa Dembele back onto the bench rather than into the starting lineup, and then hopefully that will help. We do have a League Cup match against Sheffield United coming up next week as well, so a good opportunity for everyone to have a rest for that one, and hopefully we can do the same thing in the latter stages of the Champions League group. We want to let's just get it done, get qualified, and then get the Group 1, and then hopefully with at least one game to spare we can get that done. As you would expect with a team like Benfica, who have such a focus on youth development, a squad packed with regens, the most regen heavy side I've seen in the saves so far. They do have Memphis Depay and Andre Silva up front, but otherwise lots and lots of regens. Let's just take a look at a few of them. Paul Vera here, decent midfielder, lots of decent attributes there. They've got Vera on the right hand side. He looks very good indeed. He is going on the shortlist. And then Baratanha on the left hand side, Brazilian. Again, he looks very good, very good, very threatening, very dangerous wingers. So the wingers are pretty horrifyingly good. So yeah, I mean we've rested Trent Alexander-Arnold, which is maybe a mistake given his incredible physical attributes, but Max Aarons isn't exactly slow. Hopefully Andy Robertson will be okay on the left hand side, but I expect nothing but a win, boys, for this one. Let's get it done. Let's get qualification. Pretty much, what was I saying about injuries? Literally a minute, 2 minutes in, and Bentancur goes down. Upper body injury, so he's broken his arm or something like that. Fantastic news. We'll bring on Naby Keita for him. It's very irritating. I mean, at least it's not anything that he hopefully can't play through unless he's broken his ribs or something. But anyway, here come Benfica. Here comes one of their wingers, Baratina, with an early chance. And Foucher's got himself a bruised ankle as well now, which again is not too serious, but we'll leave him out there for now. But not ideal. I mean, I was talking about injuries. Vujovic with an excellent chance. Talking about injuries, and that's 2 already. Well, we've dominated the stats in this first half, but no breakthrough. Couple of chances for both sides. We've been the better team. I'm not sure that's true, and they see through the lie. We'll go with the old classic to try and motivate him a little bit more for the second half. We've only obviously got 2 changes left. Lyon are taking the lead in their game, so we need to be getting the breakthrough in this one. Well, after how brilliant he's been all season, Mohamed Salah actually having a pretty poor game today. So I think we probably need to make a bit of a change with 15 minutes to go in the rapidly disappearing second half. We'll bring on Moussa Dembele as well to hopefully give us a little bit more of an attacking threat in the final few minutes. I mean, a draw here is not awful, but it just kind of makes it, just probably strings things out a little bit more. If we could have won this game, and we still might, we've got one chance, the first chance of the second half. Keita blocked, and instead it's Benfica who are running forwards. Farto, his name is Farto, Rafael Farto, and he's blown our chances in this one, that's for sure. We are heading for our first proper defeat, which is very annoying because we've played a full strength team. Obviously we did lose the Club World Cup final, but that doesn't really count. This is we haven't found the breakthrough. They've hit us on the break in devastating style. Attacking, the time's gone. What an absolute Well, Farto, he's really blown the wind out of our sails there. That was annoying. Bentancur he's got broken ribs, of course. The one upper body injury where you actually are unable to play. Fantastic. Someone just kicked him in the ribs during that game. Really good, really pleased. Thank you for that one. He's out for 5-6 weeks, which is absolutely fantastic. Voucher only out for 1 to 2 days. But there we go. We've lost, and I not really sure how. We didn't really do much, I suppose, but very frustrating. But there we are. A draw would have been not great. A defeat is not great at all. Means that it's looking pretty satanic in Group A. Liverpool, Lyon and Benfica all level on 6 points. I was hoping to give them all a bit of a rest in the Champions League group stage. Clearly not something we can do. Obviously still 3 games to go. We've still got to play everyone else again, but that's frustrating, particularly because Lyon have won 2, so it's going to make it, we're still top obviously for now, but it's going to make it pretty difficult on us, that's for sure. At least the league's going okay. That's good, isn't it? That is good. But there we are then. That is going to be the end of things today. I'm a little bit stunned, to be honest, mainly at the name. But anyway, you can't win them all. I think we'll come back next time we could go straight to the Lyon game because that will probably be, it will definitely be pretty critical. But I think we probably have to play Celtic. It'll probably come down to the Lyon game anyway, though, so we might as well just go straight through to that, and then Manchester United is quite a big game as well, so we might want to play that. Maybe a triple game with Brighton. I don't know, something like that. I'll have a think about it. We may well be back for Celtic. But that's where we're going to leave things today. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you next time.